Hey everybody, just finishing up the final parts of the restoration of this old lathe, and I thought I would show you what the oil looks like after about 100 years of not being changed. Let's see what it looks like. Well, I don't think they come black originally. So what I noticed about this oil is that, it must have been replaced at some point because it still flows really well. Yeah, it's black or brown, but it seemed to be running really well. There's no metal shavings coming out of here. Just that it's old oil, and just like a car, you need to change it every once in a while. So what I picked up is this 15W40, so fairly thin oil. If you go on Practical Machinist, there's a section on Practical Machinist about this topic, and hopefully this is going to work. There really isn't a lot of literature on this device, this auto drive transmission. So we'll give this a try. I'll run a little bit and then compare it and make sure that it's that it sounds good and that everything's running as it should be, and then go with it. After a little while, I'll probably check on it and make sure that there aren't any issues as well by opening up the plug, draining a bit. Okay, let's see if we can fill it up. This is going to be a little bit awkward. I think I'll switch to something a little bit smaller than this. So here's what I found. Hopefully this will work. It's going to be a little bit awkward. Probably should have done this one that was down, but I couldn't wait to get it back together and working again. So let's see how we go. Nope. Gonna have to go a bit slower. Okay, just have to go a bit slower. And that's gonna take us a little while here. And when I finish this, I will plug it back up. Give it a try. So right now it is in the high speed. Obviously I'm not going to start it in the high speed. I'm just going to run the gears a little bit and make sure everything's well coated. Sounds good so far, but there's no gears engaged at the moment, so that may mean nothing. That's the slowest speed right there. Let's try it out. Plug it in. So that sounds exactly like it sounded before to me. The high speed might sound a little bit smoother. It's hard to tell. Usually the lathe is running at the same time and there's a clicking and clacking and all that kind of normal stuff. So I'm going to put the leather belt connected up and then run the lathe for a second and see how that goes. And that'll be it for this video. You'll notice I have the lathe partially disassembled. I'm just trying to deal with a little bit of backlash, kind of get a better idea of the threads involved here and where the wear is, and then I can address the backlash in the cross slide. So the lathe's not completely back together yet. Let's give it a try. One thing I should probably do, a little bit of oil. This should be high speed. So I'll come back with another video going over the lathe, going over the restoration. There's a couple little odds and ends here left to do anyways, so maybe I'll have some time to fix that up. And I don't know whether I'm going to get the auto drive painted. It's really cold here now and rainy as well. So maybe that's... Now, let's see how this oil actually is. It's a little bit thicker than I initially thought. It does definitely have a smell to it though, kind of a burn smell. Kind of like it's been running in a car engine. Not quite sure why it would smell like that. Anyway, definitely black. Glad I changed it. Thanks for everybody's advice on this. I went with, again, the 15W40, but I think one of the fellows had mentioned that it was also possible to use compressor oil. I went with this because I figured it was going to be able to withstand some of the, long-term abuse that this might get. But, then again, I'm not really going to be using it every day, day in, day out. There's one more thing I thought I might mention, and that is, if you're interested, this lathe has terrible positioning on their logo, but it says John Bertram and Sons Limited, Dundas, Ontario. I've not dated this machine. It is, my guess, around late 1800s, early 1900s, but the fact that it has an auto drive on it, I really have no idea. If anybody knows, let me know. That'd be great.